All right, y'all. Welcome back to Dead Spot Podcast. Here with another episode. Back with my weekly tiers. Tiers coming into week 6. Let's jump right in. Trash. Not too much move down here. We still got Carolina. They done blew up the team after the Niners came and ran through. Seattle, you stay down here. You almost beat the Saints, but you trashed, so you couldn't find a way to win. We got Houston. You got a good win this week. We'll see, though. I'm not too sure still. Leo, where y'all at? Lions, I told you, bums, if y'all lost, y'all was coming down, and Zappy whooped y'all ass, so now y'all trash. Moving right on up, we got big-time disappointments. Big-time disappointments, these 4 teams are the Raiders. You started the season 1-4. Like I told you, bums, you was not going to the playoffs, and you was going 8-9. But Dijon told me they was going to the conference championship. Dennis told me they was going to the Super Bowl. Disappointing. Next team, the Steelers. The Steelers wasn't supposed to be that good, but there's no way you would have told me the Bills would beat them 38-3. They're still supposed to have more pride than that. I'm disappointed in what I'm seeing. They won week 1, ain't won since. Commanders, I picked y'all to win the division. Y'all got me out here looking crazy. There's no reason y'all should be losing the games y'all do. Carson Wentz threw a pick at the 1-yard line. Unacceptable. Disappointment. Then you got the Broncos. Everybody know Broncos are supposed to be this high team. We're supposed to come and change the landscape. He hasn't changed anything. The offenses look terrible. I'm super disappointed. Moving right along. Okay, but not a playoff team. We have the Saints. They did pull out the game, but they did not look that good against Seattle. Kamara looked good, but I need to see a little bit more, Bear, before I can move y'all up. Still okay. Atlanta, ain't too much to say about y'all. Get Kyle Pitts and Drake London the ball. That's all I ask. The Patriots, hey, man, you looking good with my boy Zappy, but they said McCorkle might be back. So if McCorkle back, y'all can't move up. Chicago, hey, man, all I want to say about Chicago is Justin Fields ain't been doing nothing. If it was Trey, he would be getting slandered. I just want to throw that out there. Let's keep it rolling. The Browns, they running the ball cool. They doing this and that, but they just can't find a way to win game. There was no reason for them to lose that game against the Chargers. That is the sign of a non-playoff team. The Cardinals, we knew what they were going to be before the season, and they showing it. They're going to be a team that can fight in some games, but they not doing nothing too much. And the Jets got moved up. The Jets, even though I know it was no tour this week, they looked it really good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how this week going to go, so I wanted to move them up to give them their credit before shit might get funny for them. Up to the next tier, we got playoff contenders, the Giants. Hey, man, the Giants is balling. They came in like I told you they would against A-Rod and took care of the Packers. I like what I'm seeing. They got another good game this week. Let's see what they do with it. The Jags, man, they took a loss last week to Houston. I think that was one of them kind of like trap game, division game. I still think they solid. I think they could get a win this week, is why I left them here, but we will see. They lose again this week, could be coming down. Titans, division is not that good. Derrick Henry been playing better. He looked like he back on track. I feel like they got not actually only at the playoffs, but winning the division for sure. Miami, they said Tua not going to play this week, but he could be back in a week or two. If Tua's back, they're still on track to make the playoffs. I'm still feeling good. Chargers, Staley, I don't know if they got to get rid of him or what, but he does everything he can to lose this team games. So that scares me, but they have enough talent to where they still right here. The Bengals, hey, good fall game last week. I'm not going to hold too much. I'm not going to hold it against them too much. They lost to Lamar to beat them twice last year. He came in ready. They had a lot of chances to win that game, so they're not moving around too much. The Rams, our division is not that strong. The Rams and the Niners both have good action to get into the playoffs. Even though the Rams haven't been looking good, I can't move them down no further than this with the way the NFC looking. You got the Colts. Same things with the Titans. The Colts haven't looked that good at all, but when you're in a weak division like the AFC South, this action between them, the Jags, and the Titans, they all still fighting right there. And Green Bay. Green Bay took a bad loss. I can no longer say they playoff favorites. I don't care if they got A-Rod. They're going to have to prove that they can make it to the playoff. This is not going to be an easy season for them at all. Coming up again, playoff favorites, we moved the Cowboys up there. The Cowboys defense have been elite. There is nothing about it that, excuse me, there's nothing about it that says they can't make a deep playoff run. The offense, little suspect, but when they get that back, we'll see how they look. They've been giving Pollard the ball more like we thought they should at the beginning of the season. I feel good about the Cowboys making the playoffs. Then you got the Niners. Hey, man, I know we got trouble. Our offense has been looking a little shaky here and there with Jimmy back. But the defense, best in the league. Even with some of the injuries we have, and I still think we're going to be one of the top defenses. So just like the Cowboys, I feel like they're going to carry us into the offs. The Ravens, hey, man, just like the game last week, when you got LeVar, you got a chance. They probably shouldn't have won that game. But at the end of the day, they had the best player on the field playing for them. They're going to the playoffs. the Bucks. Their division is also turning out to not be good at all. Their defense is just like the Cowboys and the Niners. Solid. They pass defense is a little questionable, but overall, I think it's still good enough to carry them in there. The Vikings, for all we can say about Kirk Cousins, and they almost blew the game last week and all of that, they're still 4-1. They still balling. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good pieces around Kirk, and Green Bay is down this year. So this could be their year to get the division and get on in the off. Top contenders, we still have the same up top, the Chiefs and the Eagles. Obviously, the Chiefs and the Bills play a big game this week. That could have a lot to do with who gets best team next week. That could have a lot to do with who gets MVP. I had Mahomes as MVP at the beginning of the season, so I'm looking forward to that game. Then we have the Eagles. Hey, man, that was a game. Some people say, oh, that's a game they almost lost to the car. That's one of them games where it's like, okay, we ride high, we doing good. That's a game that you trip up and you could lose that game. They did not. They stuck in there. They found a way to win. Football is about finding ways to win multiple ways. Every game ain't gonna look pretty. So to find out that they can win the ugly games, that was very impressive to me. And obviously still up top, you got the Bills. We'll see what this week do. But when you got Josh Allen, Diggs is playing out his mind. The defense is looking good. Like I said, they still got to get White back. Like they have a lot going on. But we will see after this week. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the tiers for this week. Peace.